The timeless appeal of English country cottage style has enchanted homeowners and designers for generations, offering a perfect balance of comfort, romance, and lived-in elegance. This beloved aesthetic celebrates imperfection through weathered finishes, floral patterns, and cherished antiques that tell stories of bygone eras, while creating inviting spaces that feel both nostalgic and deeply personal. Unlike more formal design approaches, English cottage interiors embrace a certain casual disarray: books stacked beside comfortable reading chairs, mismatched china displayed on open shelving, and garden flowers casually arranged in vintage pictures, creating homes that prioritize comfort and character over pristine perfection.
Welcome to Rustic Elegance. Let's embark on a journey through the beauty of rustic decor, celebrating the warmth, simplicity, and natural charm of this timeless design.
English Country Cottage Charm, romantic shabby chic interiors and vintage room decor ideas. At the heart of true English cottage style lies a reverence for history and craftsmanship, expressed through carefully curated collections of vintage furniture and decor that bring authentic charm to modern living spaces. While contemporary interpretations might incorporate cleaner lines or updated color palettes, the essence remains rooted in romantic elements that have graced English country homes for centuries. Chintz fabrics, painted furniture with gentle distressing, botanical prints, and well-loved antiques that show their age proudly. These elements combine to create interiors that feel effortlessly elegant rather than precisely designed, with a welcoming warmth that invites relaxation and everyday living. Today's revival of English cottage style, often incorporating elements of shabby chic design, represents more than just an aesthetic preference. It embodies a thoughtful rejection of our disposable culture in favor of sustainable decorating approaches that value quality, history, and personal connection. By embracing furniture with patina, textiles that soften with age, and decorative objects that carry stories from previous generations, we create homes that feel authentically rooted and meaningfully personal. Whether you live in an actual thatched cottage or a modern apartment, the following ideas will help you incorporate the romantic charm and vintage character of English cottage style into your own living spaces. One. Shabby chic living room decor ideas. Create an inviting cottage living room by centering the space around a slip-covered sofa in natural linen or faded floral patterns, instantly establishing the relaxed elegance central to English cottage style. Incorporate authentic shabby chic furniture pieces featuring painted finishes with gentle distressing around edges and details, allowing glimpses of wood or previous color layers to show through for that perfectly imperfect look. Layer vintage-inspired textiles like crocheted throws, embroidered pillows, and chintz fabrics to add depth and comfort to your cottage living room, creating an environment that feels collected over time rather than purchased all at once. Two. Antique furniture for shabby chic homes. Invest in quality antique wooden pieces with graceful silhouettes and detailed craftsmanship, which provide authentic character that cannot be replicated in modern mass-produced furniture. Transform heirloom furniture with chalk paint in soft whites, creams, or pale pastels, preserving their historical integrity while updating them to complement your cottage color scheme. Balance larger painted pieces with smaller antiques in their natural wood finish, creating visual interest through thoughtful contrast while maintaining the cohesive feel essential to English cottage interiors. Three. Vintage lighting for cozy rooms. Install vintage-inspired chandeliers with crystal or glass elements above seating areas to create a romantic focal point while casting a warm, flattering glow throughout cottage living spaces. Enhance the intimate atmosphere with table lamps featuring ceramic or milk glass bases topped with pleated fabric shades, providing task lighting with period-appropriate charm. Add wall sconces with antiqued brass or aged iron finishes near reading nooks or beside beds to create pools of golden light that enhance the cozy ambience fundamental to authentic English cottage style. Four. Romantic shabby chic decor in living rooms. Arrange collections of vintage china, silver frames, or botanical prints on whitewashed shelving to create charming vignettes that showcase personal treasures while adding romantic cottage character. Incorporate fresh or high-quality silk flowers in vintage containers throughout your living spaces, recreating the traditional English cottage practice of bringing garden elements indoors. Complete your cottage living room with soft window treatments like sheer lace panels or floral patterned curtains that filter light beautifully while adding the gentle femininity characteristic of classic shabby chic design. Five. Elegant country cottage living rooms. Design your cottage living room around a comfortable seating arrangement that encourages conversation and relaxation, prioritizing deep cushions and soft textiles over formal aesthetics. Create architectural interest with painted beadboard, salvaged wooden ceiling beams, or a classic stone fireplace, authentic elements that instantly evoke English cottage atmosphere even in modern homes. Balance feminine shabby chic elements with more substantial pieces like a weathered leather ottoman or a rustic wooden coffee table, preventing the space from feeling overly precious while maintaining authentic cottage character. Six. Cozy country cottage living room ideas. Arrange furniture in intimate groupings that facilitate conversation and create natural pathways through the room, embracing the charmingly efficient space planning typical of authentic English cottages. Layer vintage rugs in complementary patterns and gentle color variations to define seating areas, while adding warmth and acoustic comfort to cottage living spaces. Incorporate a well-loved reading chair beside a small table stacked with books and topped with a simple table lamp, creating the quintessential cottage reading nook that invites hours of comfortable relaxation. Seven. Cottage bedroom makeover with floral themes. Transform your bedroom into a romantic cottage retreat with a wrought iron bed frame or painted wooden headboard dressed in layers of vintage-inspired linens, creating an inviting focal point. Incorporate floral patterns through wallpaper, bedding, or drapery, choosing designs inspired by English garden favorites like roses, lavender, and hydrangeas in soft, faded colorways. Complete your cottage bedroom with practical yet beautiful vintage nightstands featuring drawers for storage and surfaces for displaying cherished objects, fresh flowers, and reading material. 8. Vintage wall art ideas for cottage interiors. Adorn cottage walls with framed botanical prints, vintage landscape paintings, or antique needlepoint works that reference the English countryside and traditional crafts. Create an eye-catching gallery wall using mismatched vintage frames painted in complementary colors, unified through consistent matting and thoughtful arrangement. Install decorative wall shelves featuring delicate brackets to display smaller collections of vintage treasures like teacups, silver trinkets, or miniature framed artwork, adding visual interest while keeping precious items safely displayed. Nine. Romantic bedroom cottage style. Layer your cottage bed with high-quality linens in complementary patterns and textures, including embroidered pillowcases, matelass coverlets, and soft cotton sheets that create an inviting cloud-like effect. Hang a fabric canopy or flowing curtains from a ceiling-mounted corona above the bed to add dramatic height and romantic softness to cottage bedrooms. Position a vintage dressing table with an ornate mirror near natural light, creating a dedicated space for personal care that recalls the elegant rituals of bygone eras. Rustic floral accents in cottage interiors. Incorporate dried lavender, hydrangeas, and roses in vintage containers throughout your cottage spaces, creating long-lasting botanical displays with authentic English garden charm. Display pressed flowers in simple frames or under glass cloches, preserving garden memories while adding delicate natural elements to walls and tabletops. Introduce botanical patterns through smaller accessories like lampshades, throw pillows, and ceramic vessels for fresh flowers, allowing you to change seasonal accents while maintaining your core cottage aesthetic. Mixing vintage and modern in cottage design. Balance cherished antiques with carefully selected modern pieces that offer clean lines and improved functionality without disrupting your cottage's period atmosphere. Update historical cottage elements with contemporary comfort through quality mattresses, supportive sofa cushions, and proper lighting for reading and tasks, ensuring your charming space also meets modern living needs. Incorporate subtle technology like slim speakers or minimalist charging stations in vintage containers, maintaining your cottage's unplugged atmosphere while accommodating necessary modern conveniences. Romantic shabby chic entrance ideas. Create an inviting cottage entry with a painted console table styled with fresh flowers, a vintage mirror for last-minute checks, and a small dish for keys and everyday essentials. Install decorative hooks or a weathered coat rack for practical storage that showcases pretty jackets, hats, and market bags as part of your cottage decor story. Complete your entrance with a soft runner rug in a classic pattern, providing a welcoming transition while protecting original floors and adding color and texture to this important first impression space. 13. Vintage country cottage kitchens. Display collections of vintage dishware, copper cookware, or ceramic mixing bowls on open shelving or in glass-fronted cabinets, transforming practical kitchen items into decorative cottage elements. Install a farmhouse sink with bridge faucet beneath a window dressed with simple cafe curtains, creating a charming focal point reminiscent of traditional English cottage kitchens. Incorporate butcher block or marble countertops with character and patina rather than perfect uniformity, adding authentic vintage feeling to even newly renovated cottage kitchens. (14) Country cottage dining room ideas. Center your cottage dining area around a substantial wooden table with subtle distressing or patina that welcomes family gatherings without fear of additional marks or scratches. Surround your table with mismatched wooden chairs unified through paint or coordinating cushions, creating an authentic, collected over time, feeling essential to English cottage style. Complete your dining area with a substantial hutch or sideboard for storing and displaying heirloom china, linen napkins, and vintage serving pieces that make every meal feel like a special occasion. (15) Cottage-style wall decor ideas. Hang collections of decorative plates in complementary patterns on dining room or kitchen walls, creating affordable art with authentic cottage character and traditional English charm. Install vintage-inspired wallpaper with classic patterns like cabbage roses, delicate stripes, or trailing vines to add period-appropriate pattern and color to cottage spaces. Incorporate architectural salvage pieces like weathered window frames, decorative corbels, or carved wooden elements as wall decor, adding three-dimensional interest with authentic age and patina. (16) Floral patterns for shabby chic interiors. Select larger floral patterns for statement pieces like sofas or headboards, complemented by smaller coordinating patterns in accent pillows and accessories for authentic cottage layering. Mix floral patterns with classic stripes, gentle plaids, or solid textiles in complementary colors to prevent overwhelming the eye while maintaining visual interest and depth. Choose floral designs in faded, vintage-inspired colorways rather than bright primary tones for an authentic shabby chic aesthetic that appears naturally aged by sunlight and loving use over many years. (17) Vintage furniture for cottage homes. Incorporate multifunctional vintage pieces like secretary desks, blanket chests, or drop-leaf tables that maximize functionality in the typically modest dimensions of cottage rooms. Restore and repurpose antique dressers as bathroom vanities, entry consoles, or media cabinets, preserving their character while adapting them for modern needs. Position substantial armoires or cupboards to anchor cottage rooms while providing essential storage that compensates for the limited closet space typical in historic homes. 18. Shabby chic floral bedroom design. Create an English garden-inspired sanctuary with floral bedding in soft, faded tones complemented by solid-colored sheets and quilted coverlets for practical layering and visual rest. Position the bed to capture natural light and garden views while allowing space for essential pieces like a wardrobe, dressing table, and comfortable reading chair. Add personal touches through meaningful decorative elements like pressed flowers from special occasions, framed vintage handkerchiefs, or small family photographs in silver frames that contribute to your bedroom's romantic narrative. (19) Shabby chic bathroom decor. Transform a plain bathroom into a cottage retreat with vintage-inspired fixtures like a clawfoot tub, pedestal sink, or brass taps that reference traditional English design. Install beadboard wainscoting or classic subway tiles in white or soft pastel shades, creating water-resistant wall treatments with timeless cottage character. Incorporate practical storage through a painted cabinet or open shelving stocked with white towels, glass containers of bath salts, and vintage perfume bottles that combine function with decorative appeal. (20) English Country Cottage Garden ideas. Extend your cottage aesthetic outdoors with traditional English garden elements like climbing roses, lavender borders, and gravel pathways that create natural transitions between home and landscape. Incorporate weathered garden furniture, stone bird baths, and vintage containers planted with herbs or seasonal flowers to create charming outdoor rooms that invite lingering. Create picture-perfect cottage views from key windows through thoughtful garden planning, ensuring beautiful vistas that connect interior spaces with the natural beauty traditionally associated with English country living. Conclusion. The enduring charm of English country cottage style lies in its authentic celebration of comfort, history, and personal expression. Unlike more transient trends, this beloved aesthetic encourages the preservation and appreciation of quality pieces that develop character over time, creating homes that feel genuinely lived in rather than artificially staged. By embracing the romantic elements of shabby chic design, gently distressed finishes, floral patterns, and vintage treasures, within the framework of traditional English cottage architecture, we create spaces that soothe the soul while nurturing connections to craftsmanship and natural beauty. Perhaps the most appealing aspect of cottage style is its inherent accessibility and forgiving nature. This approach celebrates the beauty in imperfection, welcoming mismatched collections, softly worn textiles, and furniture that bears the marks of loving use across generations. Unlike minimalist or ultramodern design that can feel restrictive or demanding, English cottage interiors accommodate real life with all its wonderful messiness. Books left open on side tables, garden flowers casually arranged in pottery vases, and comfortable furniture that invites true relaxation rather than careful perching. As you incorporate these ideas into your own home, remember that authentic cottage style emerges gradually through thoughtful curation rather than instant execution. The most charming English country interiors reflect their owners' lives and interests, with spaces that evolve organically as new treasures are discovered and incorporated alongside cherished heirlooms. Whether through weekend antiquing adventures, inherited family pieces, or creative DIY transformations of thrift store finds, the journey of creating your romantic cottage interior should be as pleasurable as enjoying the finished result. A truly personal sanctuary that embraces history while creating new memories within its welcoming walls.